Maybe next time remind my dumbass to not do a stream right as college football's locking, you stupid donkey. I'm sitting here rushing around being like, gotta get more you guys in my lineup. And now I'm like, oh shit, I gotta do a fucking NFL show. And I'm not even ready. My cold brew is like 3/4 full. What the fuck? Golly, what a day. Now I got to pause the game because I don't want to miss any of the OU game. Pause, motherfather. So when I come back on, I can watch it. New guy, this may seem like a lot. I get it, but I'm a little frazzled. The cold brew is now in the veins. You're just going to have to deal with it. What's up, new guy? My name's James, better known as the Degenerate75. I'm a DFS content creator who is here to help you get a little bit better at DFS, because if you don't know that, we call this shit kicking the nuts around here, because that's what it's going to be until you find out what you're doing wrong. And then even then, you still need to have a little bit of shamrock shoved up your ass. If you want to learn about the process and not just what my core plays and picks, well, then you might have just found the right show. I encourage you to hang around for about the next 20 to 30 minutes. Toss your questions over there in the chat, and I will try to help you navigate through this game tonight, which is the Dolphins and the Jets. So today, in the middle of the day. What the fuck, NFL? Sorry, I got a lot of F-bombs on the mind today, okay? If you really find you like the cut of my jib, you check out that schedule. We're back. This is the last special show we're doing. We'll be doing my college football show tonight. I'll be doing the live stream tomorrow at 7 o'clock for the main slate NFL. Be there for that. All right, let's get going. Don't forget to hit the like, new guy. For every 50 likes, I'll give away a lineup. We will put in a big contest. Probably just save it till Sunday, to be honest with you, because I want to watch the OU game right now, and so we'll save it for that, okay? Contest selection, I'll tell you this right now. You better go get in there, because the good contests, they filling up real fast, all right? As always, I know you guys are going to go play in the Black Friday special, and I'm going to win $300,000. No, you're not, okay? So don't play in it, right? Especially if you're playing. Here's the deal I'll always make with you. You max in it, I'll leave you alone. If you just toss your 2 lineups in it, well, then don't bitch that you always lose at DraftKings. You're literally playing a lottery and then being mad when you don't win the $150 million. I'm going to just tell you what I always tell you. Try playing in contests with less than 2,000 people in it. You're going to get such a better sweat. If your game script hits or the construction of your lineup hits and it's contrarian, you're going to see such better dividends. If just 4 or 5 of your guys do well, you will literally have a sweat down to the very end of the game. Also, try to look for contests where first place is only about 10% of the entire prize pool, right? Look for second place to be at least half of first, and 10th place to be, at least 10% of that. Keep following these rules. I'm telling you, man. This year, I have not hit. I've had one of my better ROI years I've ever had at DFS without having any of those single big hits, because I quit trying to be a screenshot chaser and just started being a guy that tries to get my money in plus EV playing a good contest. So, like, I'm trying to live what I preach, and it's paid. It's paid dividends, right? I would love to be the guy that's like, "Ooh, look at all the money I won on the screenshot," but then not show everybody like the $8,000 I had to play 15 times to finally hit that 100,000, right? So that's my advice for you. Of course, the one contest you should get in is my Sunday main slate right here. The editor's going to put it in the description. It is a $5 3 max with a reduced rake and a flat payout structure. Get in there, represent the community. I appreciate you guys. Oh shit, editor's already got it up. Editor's preemptively getting shit up today. You love to see it. Hey, the big guy is trying to lean really hard into props in 2024. I'm going to add a package to my site doing prop bets for all the sports we cover for under $10 a month coming in 2024, because prop picks are fun, and we've been doing very well at them. So I'm giving these away for free now, just to get you guys used to them, right? Some ones that we like tonight. Garrett Wilson over 4.5 receptions, okay? First of all, big news, he doesn't have other Wilson throwing to him, old slapdick Zach, right? We got the Boyle tonight. So I really like Garrett Wilson to be targeted. If there's any chance the Jets keep it close, he is going to have to be involved. 4.5 receptions seems low. I think we have him projected closer to 6 catches on like 8 targets. So I really like the over on that one. Another one, Tyreek Hill under. I know Tyreek Hill is a god, but remember, this game ain't in Miami, right? And he is going to probably have Sauce Gardner following him around. Tyreek Hill is a dude that is unstoppable at home and can be good on the road, but is not an auto lock for 100 yards like he is at home. Give me the under on 78.5 yards of receiving for old Tyreek Hill. And lastly, the longest completion tonight will almost certainly be Tua, but I don't think he's going to be hitting any bombs over the top. I think this game is going to be slow and sloggy, and I think a lot of people just think, oh, of course, okay, over 37.5, he'll throw a deep ball to Tyreek Hill. Well, maybe the Jets will play defense and not just give it up like every team that goes to Miami. I will take the under on his longest pass being 37.5 yards. I think there's some real value in that one, right? Hey, just to remind you, the big guy right here, see where it says Degenerate 75? This is the solver. This is the best optimizer out there. It comes loaded with my projections and my ownership for not just NFL main slate, not just NFL Showdown, not just college football Showdown, college football main slate, PGA Showdown. I do it all, and I load it all into here, right? And it's for an optimizer, normally these things are hundreds of dollars a month. Not these guys. They have a very affordable product, and it gets even better because up through this weekend, use code NFL50 using my little landing page right here, right? Showdown, Hoedown. When you check out, use that code NFL50. It'll get you 50% off, which is just insane. Like, it's already a great deal, and now you're going to get it half off, right? Pretty good deal, Bob. So I encourage you to do that. All right, looking at the weather tonight, it is going to be a little bit of chilly, but, the wind, no rain, so I don't think too much weather is going to impact the scoring. Let's get over to the blank Rosetta Stone. A lot of colors on this thing because we got a lot of news we got to be watching, right? A lot of injury news, which is going to affect usage. I think we need to start out by pointing out it is right at about a 10-point line right now. The Dolphins are favored over the Jets. You can see we have a very low total of only 41. So Vegas is saying this is not going to be a very high-scoring game, and Miami is going to win 25.5 to 15.5. I can't wait to see these half-pointers they score. I think, as always, we're going to start with the three things that you need to do to really get different. The first one is just consider your roster composition. Most people tonight are going to build 4-2 Miamis, some 5-1 Miamis, and some, oh my God, just right over the top on the first play, Memphis touchdown. That ain't Blankus me, is it? Is that Rock Taylor? Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have this on. Joseph Skates. All right. So that's the first thing you can do is 4-1s. I'm gonna pause this. It's already tilting my disc. 5-1s, Miami, 4-2 Miamis, right? The Jets, if you want to be contrarian, just simply go 4-2 Jets. 5-1 Jets, or hell, even a 3-3 with the Jets at the captain. Those builds right there. Now you're not having to punt at positions. You're basically just building your roster different. The other thing you can do is you can go with a different script, right? I think most people are going to play that Miami is so good at offense and they're just going to blow out the Jets. Well, Miami blowing out the Jets is certainly a possibility. But there's also a chance that doesn't happen, Bob. And there could be a chance that this game is 16-13. But I also think that will probably be a popular trend. Maybe the answer is the Jets are really efficient on offense tonight and this game's 28-24, 28-27. Or maybe you play a real nasty slate and you just play the Jets for a fucking ass kicking. Maybe you think they win by 10 or 14 points and you're going to need to have 4 or 5 Jets in that build. So right there, you can just construct your roster different by how many guys from each team you put. You can go with different narratives, or, the one that most people like to do is just leave a little bit of money on the table. And with all the value opened up on this slate, I think leaving money on the table is going to be very viable tonight, okay? Let me run through the injuries, then we'll come back and talk about each position, and then I will answer your questions, all right? First up, Devin Achane not going to be playing, right? I think this opens up value for Mostert, who's also a little banged up. But more than that, Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to have some value. You can see we got Devin Achane with his name lined out. I would expect him to be out. We will see when the inactives drop, but he was 99% to be out. Going over to receiver, Braxton Berrios is a guy who is practicing, but we still they're going to test him out during the game, during the pregame, so we will want to be watching for that. There is a chance he could be out. If he's out, you know how the Dolphins are. When he's out, I don't really think that opens up a ton of value. Waddle and Hill are still going to be just absolute usage monsters. Probably 70 to 80% of the usage will go through those two. But if Berrios is out, I think Cedric Wilson Jr., another Wilson Jr., and Craycraft are probably the two guys that stand to benefit the most from that, right? So I would be pretty open to playing those guys if Berrios is out. I think if Berrios is active, I think that there's rumors swirling around that he's not playing. I think you could probably get him at low ownership in GPPs. Durham Smythe, the tight end, is out. I told you there was a lot of value on this slate. So you have two really nice punt options at Dolphins tight end with Julian Hill and Tyler Kroft. But here's what I'll tell you. If they don't throw to Durham Smythe, what the hell makes you think they're going to throw to these two, right? But you know what? Sometimes just having that $200 guy who gets one catch for 5 yards and a touchdown is enough to get you there, right? Over for the Jets, not as much injury news, but the big news is Zach Wilson, he gone. We're going with old Tim Boyle at $6,000. Very rare that we ever get to play a quarterback at $6,000 in a showdown slate. I imagine that's going to make him very popular. Here would be my point. I don't think he can be any worse than Zach Wilson. That's my take, Bob. At running back, Breece Hall at 7,600 is just a laughable misprice. I'm honestly looking at my screen wondering if I'm reading this wrong. He should be every bit of 9,800. He is clearly the number one back. Yes, Cook and Abaconda is going to get a little bit, but man, this is Breece Hall's backfield. He's good. I think you're going to see a steady dose of him tonight, especially if you think the Jets are going to be competitive or in a script where the Jets are ahead. Breece Hall is a smash play, but you're not going to be the only one thinking that, Bob. A wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, I think, just like with the other night when I played Devonta Smith at captain, I said he's a guy I don't want to play in the flex. I'm either playing him at captain or I'm fading him. And to me, Garrett Wilson's that same guy. Garrett Wilson is a guy that I think could have a really big game tonight or could just be kind of a flop at $8,600. Guys like that, I want to play at captain. So if they do have those spike games, I am getting all of that value, right? He is clearly the number one receiver. I guess I've just started talking about this because there's not a lot of injuries. So I'll just continue talking about the Jets. Xavier Gipson seems to be the guy who's really started to emerge as the second wide receiver for the Jets. Allen Lazard is suffering with a little thing called he's not good at football. He's been suffering with that for a while. Still trying to get over it. I don't know that he will. If you want to play punt wide receivers, Brownlee and Charles will be the other two guys that are active, but I think you're going to see the Jets on a lot of 12 personnel tonight, meaning 2 tight ends. And I don't think you're going to see a lot of 4 wide receiver sets, which really makes it hard for Charles and Brownlee to get on the field because they ain't getting out there over Wilson, Gibson, and Lazard. At tight end, Tyler Conklin. All the Jets are just underpriced. This is why I love the Jets. You can run a 4-2 Jets and run it back with Tua and Hill because the Jets are just all supremely underpriced. Conklin is no different at 3,200. He is a legitimate tight end who gets over 4 targets a game, is actually pretty good, catches the ball, unlike Durham Smythe, and is playable. And I think Jeremy Ruckert is a guy that you're going to see more of tonight, as I do predict the Jets to be in more 12 personnel. As always, when you're at home, I always tend to favor kickers and defenses from the home team. They seem to get there more often. And the Jets, I think, could move the ball tonight, but will often stall, which makes Greg Zuerlein pretty interesting. And the Jets defense will get after you. And, it's not like Tua's never thrown an interception in his life, right? Going back to Miami and touching on them, Tua at 11,000 is just crazy priced, right? If this game were in Miami, I would say he's worth it, but Tua is not the same dude on the road as he is in Miami, so be aware of those home-away splits. Same thing with Tyreek Hill at 12,400. I get it. The guy is awesome. He does everything, right? He gets volume. He gets the big plays. He gets everything. But 12,400, man, if he doesn't have at least 20 points, depending on how this game plays out, he's almost certainly not going to be in any type of optimal winning lineup. Jalen Waddle, to me, is always the great leverage play for the Dolphins, as he just gets forgotten about behind Tyreek Hill, but really his numbers are not that far behind Tyreek Hill as far as volume goes. I've already told you that one of these Dolphin slapdick wide receivers is probably going to pay off some value. I think most people are going to want to get their value at the running back position with Jeff Wilson Jr. So maybe the answer is to play Cedric Wilson Jr. I play the other Wilson Jr. or Berrios or Craycraft. These are guys that, you don't need a lot from. 3 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown likely gets these guys there, as they're all under $3,000, right? But more than all that, more than these plays and considering, guys, I think you really just want to think about how could this game play out that not everybody's going to be thinking. And the answer to me is the Jets, the Jets win this game. No one's going to give the Jets any type of chance in this game. Maybe Tim Boyle's good, or not even good, just efficient, right? Maybe he only gets 12 fantasy points tonight, but that allows the Jets to win this game 20-10 or something like that, right? That's definitely got to be in the cards. So to me, it's more about how I'm going to construct my roster and the different narratives I'm going to play, simply than just I've got this hot take on Xavier Gipson, okay? Although I do have a hot take on Allen Lazard, but once again, that's just that he really sucks at football, okay? All right, let's get over to some questions. I'm going to answer them for you. But before we do, guys, there's never been a better time to go check out my site, dgen75.com. Right now, we have football today. We have football tonight. We have football this afternoon. We have football tomorrow night, Sunday, everything. It's just crazy time. Come check it out. We have a weekly package. You just sign up for the newsletter and get a free week right here. Just let support dgen75 know. We have unbelievable amounts of winners. Just more screenshots tomorrow. Can't wait for the new one. Guys, just winning money, flying the flag. Appreciate all you guys. And I have the best tool out there, the Rosetta Stone. So you can have all the relevant information you need, break it down 30 minutes to an hour, and make informed decisions about the game. Yes, you're getting the free YouTube whited out one, but this is what the real thing looks like. All right, let's get to the drawing editor. Let's see. I see 66 likes. Only 66 likes. What the fuck's wrong with these people? Draw me one name right now, editor. If we manage to get to 100 likes, we'll do another one. In the meantime, I'm going to start answering some questions, okay? Breece Hall. Andy says Breece Hall is way too cheap. Smashing Breece Hall at captain, a good move. Okay, Andy, yes, because he's a good price, but you got to remember, we're not the only ones who look at that, right? So I would say that he is going to be wildly popular tonight, and maybe the answer is you play him, but you get a little bit spicier with your captain, right? Maybe go put Garrett Wilson at captain, right? Or just something a little bit different. But if you like Breece Hall, you like Breece Hall, but maybe he does good and not great, and that allows you to get to another player at that position. That's what I would say, right? Any weather concerns? Already answered it, you donkey. Let's see. I'm thankful for James. Hey, Matt, I'm thankful for you being here, you mother father. Colonel Mostert at captain? You know why I like that, Edward? Is this. I think that he is overpriced on this slate with his concerns, and so when a guy is overpriced, what's naturally going to happen? He's not going to be as popular as he should, so yes, that actually makes me like him more because I feel he's overpriced. Neptune Drill Team. There it is. Winner, reach out to me. We'll build a lineup together. You mother father. All right, getting back up here to the top of the questions. If you ask more than 2, I will have the editor kick you in the nuts and boot you. Let's see. Tweezy says, hope everyone had a good day. Big guy, do you like Captain at Hill or Tua more? I would probably say Tua simply because he's going to be lower owned, but the answer would be I don't love either of those guys because when you put that expensive of a guy at captain, it really gets you in a narrow build where you're going to have very similar builds to a lot of other people. What's up, big guy? Hope you had a Thanksgiving. When using the solver for single entry, how many teams do you run? I always like to run 6 to 9 lineups and kind of look at them and get an idea and see like what are the different versions of the optimal and then kind of go pick one I like, right? Earth is not a spinning basketball careening through a void of space. We live in a stationary plane known as this dimension. What the fuck? That guy, if that guy has touched boobs in the last 10 years, I'll give you $100 cash. Okay. Let's see. Moving on. Hit the like button, new guy. Do you hate money? There you go. A lot of people hate money, Nicholas. No, if you do a no-use spoiler, I will boot you, Nick. Let's see. Zach Wilson is trash. Makes Jimmy G look like Joe Montana. Anyways, is there a path to fade both Tua and Boyle? I think so. If you think this game's going to be 16-13, I think that both these quarterbacks don't get there. I think Boyle could throw for 200 yards and no touchdowns, right? So he gets you 8 points, maybe 9. He gets 10 yards rushing or something like that. And then Tua could still, throw for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns and still not get there because that price tag is so ridiculous. Although in a 16-13 game, he would only have 1 touchdown in that, right? Since Gibson is the return guy, if you play Jets D, I really like that, Mike H. In a game like this, when there's going to be a sloggy game, pairing up the punt returner and the defense can be really sneaky because if Gibson returns one to the house, not only will you be getting the 6 points for his touchdown, you'll be getting the 6 points for the defensive touchdown. It is the most correlated thing that could happen. Problem is, punt returns really only happen in about 5% of NFL games, if that. Hell, probably even lower than that. Jets D under-owned, yes, they will be under-owned. I think they're one of the better plays on the slate because they can play some defense. Let me get a quick swig of the cold brew. All right, let's see. Does the editor reach his incentive bonus with a special extra stream? No. He just means he will get fed 4 times this week instead of 3. Using more than 2 Jets in one lineup is the way, why only 2? I'm just telling you, if you're building 5-1 Miami, 4-2 Miami, those are going to be very, very common builds. 5-1 jet stack? Sure, dude. I don't know why everybody I'm just telling you, every time people get convinced that this team's going to blow this team out, I will tell you right now, I would bet good money the Jets take this thing down to the very end of the game. Very end of the game. So like if that happens, that probably means the game is sloggy or the Dolphins, no 5 Dolphins are getting there. And the thing about 5-1 Jets could get there just because they're also affordable. I do think that 5-1 maybe a little bold. I think 4-2 is a good way to get contrarian without being crazy. Look, college football gear to the NFL. Yeah, I didn't even have time to switch. Do the saucy Gardner going to Tyreek Hill like glue today? Yeah, I think he will be following him around, and I that hurts. Gardner's one of the best corners in the NFL. Since Miami smashes bad teams usually, is there a way to go 5-1 Miami pick? Sure. If I'm playing Miami, I'm definitely going 5-1 because 4-2 Miami is going to be very popular. 3-3 with a Miami captain is going to be very popular. So if you go 5-1, that's the one way to get different. And maybe you make that one a jet at the captain, right? That would really get you different, right? If you go Garrett Wilson or Breece Hall or something like that at the captain and then run 5 Dolphins and just hope that the jet guy is the usage monster, I think that's a way to get there. Smythe or Chosen as a sleeper in a 5-1. Oh, okay. Well, don't play Smythe because he's out, right? So I guess Chosen if those are my 2 options. Like Wilson Jr. plus Mostert combo tonight? Absolutely. I think that if you're wanting to play 5-1 Miami, a way to get different is to double stack their running backs. And I think Mostert and Wilson at those price tags can play well together. I hope Mostert gets most of it and Wilson gets a little bit of it. 4-2 Miami with Garrett Wilson captain. Feel like, yeah, I think that's a good way to get different. I think that's, if you're going to play 4-2 Miami, which is going to be the most common build tonight, having Garrett Wilson at captain will help differentiate your lineups. I do concur with that. Matt says, can a 4-2 Jets build with Mostert at captain be unique enough? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're running 4-2 Jets, that's already going to be different. If you're running 4-2 Jets with a Dolphin captain, definitely going to be different. Ready to get different and flip the script on a 5-1 Jets and build Tua as the captain? I mean, here's the problem with that. How the hell is Tua ever going to pay off that price tag and not take at least one wide receiver there? There's just no way. I cannot ever see a 5-1 build with Tua as the one run back. Can't do it, Bob. Can't do it, okay? With your projections, is it Waddle smash day since Sauce is on? I mean, I think Waddle and Garrett Wilson are the two biggest leverage plays on the slate, yes. Feels good to watch live for a change. Hey, Matthew, enjoy your holiday, you mother father. Think Ramsey will shadow Wilson? I don't know. And I mean, like, are we really worried about Jalen Ramsey? That would be my thing. Looking for question marks. Steven, Tim Boyle, limited sample, has a turnover machine. Too cute to captain Dolphins defense? Not at all. But here's the problem. You're not the only one who's going to be thinking of that, right? All right. So do you really want to play a 10% owned captain defense? That would be my point. Any worries over Hill's hand injury? I mean, I don't know. Tyreek Hill's not exactly a bitch, right? Like, he actually has shown to be pretty tough. I think he'll be fine. I'd be more worried if it were like a hamstring or something, right? If we say tomorrow, wow, the Jets won, do you think it will be because they stopped? Look, if the Jets win tonight, I think that it's almost certainly they kept the Dolphins under 20 points. That would be my answer to that question, bro. All right, let's see. Looking for question marks. If you don't leave a question, I'm not going to read it. How was Thanksgiving? It was solid. Very, very busy. Very, very busy. Today's very, very busy. There's never enough time. I'm so excited. All right. Andy, favorite kind of turkey, smoke or fried? Oh, that's easy. None. Turkey sucks, and I hate that we act like it's good. All right. Jets can't beat the Dolphins with Tim Boyle at quarterback, or they could. That's right. He doesn't have to be great. He has to just not dick off. Nick says, fading Tua and Hill. Can I just go chalk everywhere? Yeah, I think so. If you're fading Tua and Hill, I think you can probably play a lot of chalk elsewhere, right? But once again, instead of worrying about what the ownership is, just think about how those guys are constructed. You can play a lot of chalk if you're building a 5-1 Dolphins, right? Or 5-1 Jets, because that's going to be so different. Do I have to manually put in your NFL projections into the solver manually? No. If you use my landing page when you sign up, that one right there, when you go in there, look, they're already preloaded in there for you, right? They're already preloaded in there. DJN75, and they're already preloaded with everything you need to know. You just got to make sure you use that landing page, and then when you check out, make sure you use that code NFL50, right, to get your 50% off. All right, guys, we did not get to 100 likes, but I got to run. I'm going to go watch the OU game. Got to get ready for the college football stream tonight. Good luck today. We will talk to you later. I hope you enjoy this outro.